Welcome back. I'm Kate and this is Iran Daily Newsfeed. Let's have a look at today's news. A group of patriotic Iranians have started a campaign in Vienna where the so-called Iran nuclear talks have placed to expose all crimes that have been committed by the Islamic Republic and to directly inform the European people regarding Tehran's malicious activities since the revolutionaries took power in 1979. The Iranian monarch is carrying the one and only Iranian lion sun flag, and the images of Reza Shah the Great and Mohammad Reza Shah, the late Shahs of Iran, and the exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi have staged a rally in Austrian capital on 11th of September 2021 in support of their countrymen who risked their lives and are taking to the streets of Iran and going on with regime change in Iran. Once again, we, the Iranians living in Austria, gathered in center of Vienna to raise the voice of the Iranian people to Europe to inform them, and special thanks to great tireless freedom fighter Miss Atusa Sabah. We are proud of you, and I'm sure Iran and Iranians will be proud of you, says one of the dissidents. From Vienna to Tehran, I give my life only for Iran. The group of Iranian monarchists who are being coordinated by Atusa have had rallied since the sham Iran talks started in Vienna in protest of Western appeasement towards the world's biggest state sponsor of terrorism. They have started an infinite rally in front of the Grand Hotel Wien, where closed-door nuclear talks with Tehran took place in April. This was not our first campaign, but we also gathered in front of the Chinese embassy in Vienna on April the 6th to protest over Tehran-Beijing 25-year accord, Atusa Sabah told ICBPS in July. The patriotic campaign was started on 6th of April 2021, and it continued until the last day of the nuclear talks. The Iranian monarchists gathered in Vienna to hold protests over nuclear deal talks, which had entered the fifth round in early June over a U.S. return to the JCPOA, as differences over sanctions relief and status of Tehran's nuclear program threatened to prolong discussions. Another patriotic rally that took place on September 11, 2021 in Cologne, Germany had turned into violence for a few minutes after the Mercenaries backed by the Islamic Republic tried to deteriorate the campaign into chaos. Following the planned rally attack, one of the campaigners was brutally beaten and injured. This is a common way that Ayatollahs attempt to foil anti-regime campaigns and protests. The incident happened where the Iranian monarchists gathered in Cologne in commemorations of the executed wrestler Navid Afkari. In a one-day-long terrific campaign, the monarchists strongly succeeded to amplify the voices of the voiceless people in Iran. They have also previously staged a rally in early May protesting over the world power's attitude towards mullahs in Iran. Iranian monarchists gathered in Dusseldorf to hold protests over Iran nuclear deal talks. The monarchists arranged an anti-Tehran rally in Dusseldorf, Western Germany, calling world powers to stop negotiating with Ayatollahs who have destroyed Iran since they took power in 1979. The Iranian dissidents asked global powers to avoid dealing with mullahs. In the final part of today's news, let's also hear from the Iranians of Canada. A group of Iranian Canadians gathered outside of the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's constituency office to kick off communism and terrorism. During the gathering, by calling on Trudeau in French, Dr. Avida Manfar asked the Prime Minister to designate IRGC as a terrorist organization without any delay, justice for the families of the victims of the downed Ukrainian plane, and sanctioning of the Islamic Republic officials. Avida also added that the Canadian Prime Minister must resolve to defend our common values of democracy, freedom, and peace, and stop shaking hands with dictators and terrorists. And that was all for today. I'm Kate, and thank you for the privilege of your time.